What's good, y'all? It's Raven, and welcome to your Aquarius season synergy session. Okay, this synergy session will include a collective breakdown, specifically on the Aquarius season, and we're going to be highlighting the Mercury Retrograde. It takes the majority of the month. Also, before I go any further, happy Our History Month, happy Black Futures Month, happy blackity blackness, okay? Black excellence. Okay, now we can proceed. We're gonna be highlighting the transit of Mercury retrograde, and how it's gonna affect us as a collective. Things that we need to be mindful of. Just really tap in on the divine guidance that's present to us at this time. This offering will be coupled with a journal prompt for further exploration, so you can continue to do that shadow work or just connect with yourself during this deep time of inner reflection and processing, coupled with a playlist as well. And first time ever, we're gonna have a yoga sequence. Might involve a small meditation included in the yoga sequence, but yeah, this synergy session for Aquarius is very much so action packed, and I just wanted to continue to explore other avenues of healing outside of just scripting and actually get our bodies involved at this time. Intuitively, what I'm already feeling about Aquarius season is like a information wars type of energy that's been going on. Psychological warfare has been at the forefront this entire time, especially up in the ante on 2020. And so now I do see and intuitively feel that that is going to continue to be a thing, because it's a war for your mind. If these outside energies and forces can get a strong hold on your mind, they can control you, and you'll never be really in deep connection with the heart. So another reason why I felt led to make sure that this energy, this transmission came with the yoga class, is because it's very imperative that the mind is in the heart. Okay, the mind needs to be in the heart. So everything that you are, everything that you're creating, the space that you are taking up, intentionally moving from the heart, from the soul, and allowing that to be in unison, in harmony with the mind. It's a very revolutionary energy taking place. Hello, we have Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Aquarius is revolutionary. Aquarius is also a very disembodied energy, because the detachment is very real for them. So the ability to just exist in their mind, because there are no limitations there, truly does hold truth. Aquarius is the radical. Aquarius is the Godhead, of the collective. And a mantra that Aquarius definitely lives by, I can do it good, but we can do it better together. Like, everything is better together. Another thing that I wrote about Aquarius is the team that explores together evolves together. So as a collective, that's really what's at the forefront. Us exploring the truth of our soul and allowing the evolution to take place as a collective unit together. Seeing the God in one another, and being, what am I hearing? A helping hand. You know what I mean? Being a true unpredictable revolutionary collective at this time. We have Uranus being exalted in Taurus. It's very uncomfortable. So do we need a resolution? Whoop, whoop. That is really what's happening here. And the resolution could result in, a lot of, chaos. But harmony does exist as well. Keep in mind that Aquarius is a fixed sign, okay? Really about stabilizing. So during this time of Mercury retrograde, that's the thing, that's the kicker. We have the planet of communication, we have the planet of connection, the planet of alchemy, the planet that rules our nervous system and our wiring. We have it retrograding at this time. So shout out to the Gemini suns and Gemini and Virgo rising and suns. Your chart is ruled by Mercury, so be very mindful and clear on how this retrograde is affecting you and how you're showing up in it. I feel very chatty because North Node is also in Gemini, and I have a Gemini North Node, so I'm very talkative. Like, Mercury is like really present with me right now. But it's the messenger. You have the messenger and the fact checker. You got the messenger and the receipt holder. The planet, that rules those two archetypes, those two zodiac signs, is I guess you can say, I don't know if it's slowed down or it's reversed. I don't really know if it's a reverse on the axis or if it's just slower moving right now, but either way, it's retro. It's retro, okay? So, another thing I wrote down is that, of course, at any time of, this is just like some Mercury retrograde insight. In case you didn't know what Mercury retrograde is all about, it's all about a time of inner reflection on where you're standing right now. Being that it's the planet of rules communication, the ways in which we communicate will be, I guess I can say, like, up for grabs. I don't know, I just felt it really, like, I don't know, something just happened. Up for grabs. So that's why it's like, back up your phones, check your flight times, be mindful that there will be delays, time, communication, connection, traveling from point A to point B, you know, whether it's in your car, make sure your tires is good, make sure your brakes is good, you know, make sure you arriving on time for your flight, make sure your flight might be delayed, communication may be kind of crazy, be mindful of what you're saying, be mindful of what you're receiving, be mindful of what you're digesting. All those things are governed because these are different forms of communication. And Mercury is a planet of communication. So that is why Mercury retrograde is so popular, because connection, humans connecting, like, we connect with one another in many ways. And yeah, when that gets a little crazy, our way of life at the time gets a little crazy. So Mercury retrograde is not a time to initiate anything new, but to clarify pre-existing plans, to make sure what you already had in motion before this was happening, the T's is dotted, the T's is crossed, and the I's are dotted. That's what Mercury retrograde is about. It's for you to reflect on your inner process. So when Mercury is back rotating directly and it's out of its shadow, the new direction that was clarified to you during this time of deep inner reflection, you know what steps to take to further your mission, to get you to still to that to the end, the means at the end to the means. I just started saying that. That's some old stuff. I feel like my ancestors have been channeling a lot of old sayings through me, and I just been like, the what to the who? Anywho, yeah. So a good question to ask yourself during this time is, where am I headed in life right now? And try to move forward, like I said, after the shadow phase has completed itself. But like I said, with it being the Mercury retrograding in Aquarius, it's just a fine time to be standing and rooted and grounded in your truth. So, but allow yourself to curiously collide with this new world, with this new earth that is coming about, with the black sun that is rising, with the floodgates that are opening. Okay, I need you to be able to shapeshift, to be a creative channel, so you can meet whatever is rising up for you at this time. So be fluid. Even though we're dealing with a lot of fixed energy, it's a balancing that's happening right now. Like, ground yourself on a firm foundation of clarity, of truth, of oneness, and be able to know how to, you know, still ride the wave, enjoy the show, you know, but you never let go of your truth. You're always standing firm in your truth. So I feel this reading is going to clarify the truth that we are standing on, the ways in which we can go about whatever is going to be tossed at us. And, you know, everything is still about the highest good of all. Everything is still about the oneness. Okay, so yeah, let's dive into this spread. I'm going to be doing the Celtic cross spread, a 10-card spread using the Intuitive Tarot by a black author by the name of Rachel Hall. So yeah, happy Black History Month. Shout out to Rachel for creating a intuitive tarot deck. This deck is very new to me, and I love the messages and the energy that presents itself. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive one in. Let's see where we at with it right now as a collective. Be mindful of where you walk. Where you walk. Something I just heard. It's crossing myself this time. being double crossed. Is that what's going on? 2 cards came out for what's crossing us. It's definitely a double cross type of energy. We had the 4 of discs come out with the moon. This is deep. This is deep. Collective right now is definitely, like I said, it's the psyops. It's the information wars. It's let me make sure, because sometimes when I read reverses, I be reading them the wrong way, or when it comes out reverse, I read it the wrong way. And right now, I'm just like, my crown chakra is, yeah, I was right. All right. Whew. And that's the incense I have lit. I have a crown chakra incense lit. Protect your crown. Wrap your hair. Something about watch where you walk. Watch where you walk. Watch what you're walking. Watch what you're walking into. The Nine of Swords reverse. Collective is showing up in, I would just say, the energy that's presenting itself that is active at this time of Aquarius season with Mercury being retrograde is this card implicates the dark night of the soul. Anxiety, depressed, don't know which way to go. You know, like, really, it's a very eerie feeling, okay? But it's all about perspective. Watch. I keep hearing the word watch. Make sure you're watching, being more of an observer of all these things, not taking it on. Watch it. Keep hearing watch it. That could be a warning to someone, like, watch it, like, catch yourself before you fall into catch yourself before you fall into a hole. It's something of that nature, but this is the dark night of the soul. It's like the mind of a maniac is what I'm hearing right now. Okay, and this isn't far-fetched for, this is major, like, Aquarian energy, because, like I said, that disembodiment that can happen, that detachment, that being stuck in the head, you know, but it's not always a safe place, depending on what you are digesting or what you have digested. Okay, we have what's crossing us. We have the moon come out in the upright and the 4 of disc reverse. Okay. This is definitely giving me that Uranus and Taurus. Uranus being exalted in Taurus energy. You're being crossed by attachments. The things that you are attached to, the foundations, the mental and the physical foundations that you have made deep attachments to. You're noticing that there's no life there. You can't grip onto it anymore. It doesn't exist. It was not real. It wasn't real. It wasn't built on real. It can't produce real. It's not real. We have the moon in the upright. For one, letting us know the moon transits during this month are very potent and very powerful. We had our first full moon just passed in Leo. And I think we have a new moon coming up in a few days, if I'm not mistaken. It's hidden. It's yet to be revealed. It's all in your intuition, okay? Okay. You gotta understand. Look at this moon card. You're being crossed by the moon. You have a lot of things that are, a lot of truths that are wading in the waters of your subconscious, that are being made conscious through you exploring truths beyond the limitations and foundations that you were given here. These are celestial truths. These are truths that exist beyond the history that they feed you, beyond the estimate that you were given. Do you see that pyramid? Yeah. A lot of celestial energy, a lot of extraterrestrial energy, and I'm not surprised, because Aquarius is very much so the extraterrestrial of the zodiac. I'm talking otherworldly. Experience this dark night of the soul, so you can detach yourself from false narratives, from fallen angels too, from people, in connections and relationships, ideals, practices, jobs that have no choice but to fall with this old system, with the old earth, with those old constructs that kept you limited, anxious, anxiety ridden, depressed, lost, confused. Okay, allow the dark night of the soul to happen. Experience it, because it's the divine guidance, insight, and information. It's an intuitive knowingness. It's you connecting to the self beyond the human experience. You are a soul with a human body. Your human body is a part of your soul. Okay? Allow yourself to fall. Watch yourself fall. Okay? Watch yourself fall. That's a major message right now. Watch yourself fall and allow it to happen, because those attachments need to be shed from you. Allow yourself to be illuminated in the subconscious, in your subconscious waters, like the truth. Allow yourself to be purified and illuminated through this celestial time. These transits are very important right now. This Mercury retrograde is very important. This Mercury retrograde is very important. My crown chakra is like beamed up right now. This is bigger than a face you to free you. Allow yourself to break free from these constructs, these mental beliefs, these ways, these people, these corporations. Allow it, so that you can be illuminated with the truth, so that the rebirth of the soul can actually happen. You have to go through the darkness. You have to go through the first stage, which is the darkness of the soul, to actually get to to come into relationship and illuminate the true essence of the soul. But I feel like your soul, our souls are, or something about, you know, it's like a split here. It's a choice. I'm getting the energy of a choice. Your minds are, the minds of the collective are definitely being played with. Like I said, it's psyops, psychological opposition. The lies of this fallen time, like this, the foundations, the false attachments, the false hope, the American dream, that is all. It's this major deprogramming and reprogramming in a sacred, in a celestial, in a connection to who you were before you reincarnated in this human experience. It's getting very extraterrestrial. Not surprised with this Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. The connection to the soul before the human experience, like going back home to that self, is what's happening. And the only way to is through. You have to go through the darkness of the soul. You have to make a choice here to let go of these false foundations, to let go of these attachments, and align yourself with what's being illuminated to you through these powerful, potent moon transits, and through your subconscious. What's flowing from your subconscious and being made conscious to you right now at the time. Let's get it. Let's get it. So what's at the root? What's physically coming up for us at this time of the collective? What are we standing? What are we standing on? It's a very prosperous time. We have the Ace of Disc fly out. A new opportunities for growth, opportunities for stability, an opportunity to truly, like, I'm hearing Freedom by Beyonce. Oh yes. Keep in mind I'm writing down the songs as I channel them, so they can be on the playlist. Freedom by Beyonce. Also in this card, what I'm just hearing, new growth. And once again, we have the Merkaba right here in this stone. Okay, look up what that is. Merkaba, M-E-R-K-A-B-A. These are your Ka is your it might be your magical mental body. Your Ba may be your spirit body. Mer is the light in which it surrounds itself. But I'm gonna possibly clarify that when I type up the full transmission. But you're being gifted an opportunity to begin again, to grow and to build a stable foundation, one of truth. What are we standing on? Revitalized truth. It's like I'm hearing amplified voices, connecting with your abilities physically. Like it's a major time of integration. We're standing on our power. We're standing literally Earth charging us, Earth's frequency rising, Earth feeding and fueling us, our vessels in a way. We're birthing a new connection with life. Okay, we're birthing a new connection with this existence, because it's beyond just a human experience, because we were souls that existed in a limitless, infinite potentiality before we chose our earth body. Okay, we existed in other dimensions, times, and places and spaces before we got here. So now that you go through this process of illumination and going through the process of the dark night of the soul, you're being birthed a new attitude, a new beginning, the ability to truly, like I said, I think I channeled that earlier, like the floodgates are opening, the floodgates of prosperity are opening. Connect to, but you have to be present here in that frequency. Okay, it's a vibration. Okay, it's a frequency. You have to connect with it. Okay, so it's a past relevant energy showing up for us right now. What wisdom from the past is helping us? There's a lot going on in the stars. Pay attention to the sky. Pay attention to this card. Kind of like jumped out. The Four of Wands came out in reverse. I feel like this is a sign of, like, to get clear, because in the upright, the Four of Wands is a good merge. It's clarification that you are taking the right steps, and that a foundation is solid and has been built and is coming into. But with it coming out in reverse, and when we speak of the Four of Discs coming out in reverse as well, it's time for you to get uncomfortable. It's like a lot is being birthed through discomfort. Let me read that, because I like her intuitive description of these. It makes a lot of sense. This is the card that pretty much clarifies that we are in. This is like the card that lets us know we are in Mercury retrograde. This is the opportunity that's being presented to us. Now I need you to clarify. I need you to make sure. I need you to revise, revamp, and revisit the plan of action moving forward. The goal hasn't been reached yet. This is the card that lets us know we're still in the process of the merger. We're still in the process of really. I feel like it's really coming out of that lack consciousness. we're still putting, do they make you vibe? Do the things that you're doing, are they setting up for the future? The people that you're surrounded by, do they make you vibrate higher? This is all about what's really going on with me right now in life. Is it serving me? Is the person I'm with someone I want to marry? Is this person going to create legacy for me? Is this connection really a reflection of where I'm headed and where I'm going? I must be sure before I make any commitments. It's look at the things that you are committed to, your daily routines, your money management, your relationships, your connection with these attachments, with these jobs, with the way in which you show up. Does it really coincide with the energy that's right, that we're standing on right now? Does it coincide with this new attitude, with this new beginning, with this prosperous way of life? Does it coincide with creating legacy? This is the past. In the past relevant energy right now. Is it really working? Is it going to produce fruits for the long haul? Think long term. Think long term. Okay? Think freedom. What does it mean to truly exist freely? What does it mean to really be sovereign over my soul? Do I know? Am I prepared for this new path to exist in this space and time from a true authority and power within myself, knowing that I'm not separate from source, knowing that I am an extension of source? Am I vibrating high enough for that frequency to be true in me, for that foundation, for the growth, for the magic, for the alchemy to actually exist, and I be a creative channel that allows that energy to be served outwardly, to create my heaven on earth? The opportunity to create your heaven on earth cannot be established with old ways, in faulty grounds, like I said, in attachments that do not serve. Ooh. What's happening above? What's the spiritual? Listen, y'all seen it. Okay. Another ace. Here's to falling in love with life again. We have the Ace of Swords here. We have a whole new perspective being birthed from a healed heart. A whole new perspective being birthed from your heart. So this Mercury retrograde is shining a lot on the attachments. Now that you are connected to yourself, now that you are clear that you have gone through, the collective is either gone through the process of the dark night of the soul, or are currently experiencing that. And the ones that are on the side that have chosen to be in alignment with the celestial and the I just say we'll be in alignment with cosmic law and order. Energy of Ma'at is really present for me right now. The ones that have already experienced the dark nights of the soul a few times and are in alignment with the cosmic order. You are experiencing the ability to I'm just hearing like to create, to truly alchemize, to be like the energy of the alchemist is really present right now with this, because with me in this, because it's the perspective now. It's the truth that you have about yourself from being in love with yourself, from connecting to your heart space, from healing your heart, from forgiving, from being compassionate, from learning, from loving, from growing, from truly putting in that work to truly free yourself of attachment, so that you are literally connected to everything and attached to nothing. So these downloads, this spiritual guidance, this wisdom, these perspective, these brilliant ideas that are just like, whoa, like you have everything you need to produce your heaven on earth. As above the Ace of Swords, as below the Ace of Discs. You got a new attitude and in new abundance. And it's all in part, it's all coming from the heart. Oh my gosh, remember at the beginning I channeled that it's less about getting out of your head and putting your mind in your heart. Listen, what's this? A new perception and a healed heart. This dark night of the soul that some of the collective is experiencing, you can't avoid it. This is the work that you cannot avoid. You have a choice right now to stay attached to this fallen space or connect. 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 Comedic. Connect. It's all here. It's all here. And to see once again what was crossing us up, but what's above us. We got a double card. You know what I mean? It's a choice here. It's a look. It's a war on your soul. It's a war on the truth of who you are. And if you don't see that, feel that, and connect with it, get in the body and detach from the illusions. Detach from the American dream. Detach from that fraction of life that they were told you that you must live, that estimate, that box. And revisit the foundation. Revisit what you are married to. Revisit the ideas and the concepts and the constructs that you were programmed. This is like hard wiring. Like this is a hard rewiring. And it's happening. The mind, the soul, central nervous system, Mercury retrograde, like this is a harsh Control Alt Delete. Control Alt Delete. Reconnect. Like this is like wiping your motherboard clean and actually having the wires in the truth, the all-knowingness to connect to the soul that exists beyond this human experience. So you this is awakening. This is awakening. This is awakening. If you already up, you're finna wake up some more. Because I feel like the essence of a Power Ranger. If you're already on the end of doing this work, whether your dark night of the soul you might experience, it may not be as crucial because the attachments that you have are not as like weaved in and you know like are not as deep as the next person's might be wherever they are on their journey. You're about to be a Power Ranger. Bigger than a Power Ranger. You're the god. You're the goddess. You're the master magician. You're the alchemist. What's happening in the near future? Give us clarification on, you know, our experiences once Mercury is direct. What's the overall outcome of our Aquarius transit? This card kind of flew out sideways. It's the Four of Cups. It's sideways. It wasn't upright. It wasn't reversed. It was sideways. The energy is very contemplative in this card. And then we have an eye, the all-knowingness, the eye, the intuition. The outcome of all this is a deeper connection with your emotions and your intuition. Be more balanced in your emotional response and experience at this time. Allowing yourself to stop and smell the roses and just be, I just feel like the ebb and flow is going to finally create, it's going to be more harmonious. Your ability to allow your energy to be, you know, it's like balanced action from the heart. Balanced action from the heart. As you see, we've made like a full 180, and that's with like that Aquarian energy as well, because we began anxiety, fatigued, and depressed and in the head, and the outcome is balancing of the heart. So and with this eye peeking through, and then we have the moon and the stars, we have the intuition here. We have the intuition, we have the all-knowingness. And so the connection with the mind and the heart, the mind stays in the heart, and we allow our intuition, we allow the essence, we allow the truth to be expressed in a very fluid manner. Like, and I can honestly say that my energy just went from like to like renewal, refreshed, repurposed, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the power of water, the power of your emotion, the power of cleansing, the power of releasing and coming into balance. And that feeling that you get when your mind and your heart are in agreement. This is the feeling that happens when you are no longer deceiving yourself. You're no longer deceiving your soul, because you are allowing what you feel and what you know to be in harmony, so the action is balanced. It's an abundance, okay? It's not a scarcity. It's not a jagged. It's not rigid. It's not forced. It's not hesitant, and it's not shaken. It's sturdy and it's fluid. It's water. The power of water can be just as gentle or just as, you know, ravishing, but balancing that, knowing it's like the give and take, knowing the push and pull, that whole essence. But it's definitely connected to the relationship now that is formed with the intuition, the ability to move from the heart space and be emotive and be connected to the experience by way of the heart, and having like the mind, the intuition is a facet of the mind that goes beyond just operating it on a human level. You know what I mean? It's deeper than that. You allow yourself now to be one with your processes from a totally different way. It's a deeper connection with self is produced throughout this transit. This because the reflection has happened. The work is put in. The faulty programming, the mix up has evolved. It's like alchemy. It's fine right now. So let's see your power. You find power within. What energy should be harnessed the most to help us through this process? Dang, got these reversals coming out. It's okay. What are we looking like to other people? It's in our hopes. Okay. This is too much. Maybe I need to slow down. I need to go back and... Oh. I feel like my energy got ahead of... I got ahead of myself. So we have the Page of Swords here. It came out in reverse as far as... And I just seen this card. Dang. Something that we need to remember during this process. This is where we get our power. This is going to be our power bank. This is your power bank. So this card that's fallen, this 7 card. This card is a reminder of the energy that we need to be moving in, being that this is all happening in a deep inner reflection process, as we are being mindful of, you know, things that we already, the work that we already have in motion, okay? This is a reminder during this, because keep in mind, this is a Mercury retrograde transit, but this is that deep reflection. This is the deep reflection that's taking place. So a tendency to be brash, controlling, argumentative, or narrow-minded may have you cutting out situations that can help advance your station. For some, mental confusion or lack of drive may cause emotional disconnect or defensiveness that alienates. Being overly critical of others is a reflection of your own harsh inner dialogue. Let go of being angry with what didn't go your way. Clear away negative thought patterns and focus on what you can accomplish. Your power lies in your ability to go from egocentric, to a visionary. Evolving from the ego to the visionary. Okay? What we look like to others. The Strength card came out in reverse. And I feel like your outward expression during this time could be one of you strong, but you just don't know how strong you are. Okay? And so, with Strength coming out in reverse, the way in which you go about handling, the way in which how you show up at this time, it needs to be in your power. And you're pulling from a reserve of inner strength and wisdom that you 9 times out of 10 haven't connected with before, didn't know exist. And I'm a very strong person, but I never know how strong I am until I'm faced with a situation that requires a deeper level of faith, a deeper level of trust, a deeper level of allowing myself to align with the divine timing and really see what it is that's presenting itself, and noticing the role and the position that I play in it. Like, how is my energy? How did I manifest? How did I create this? What did I need to? And it's coming right up under the 4 of Wands reverse. So it's gonna be a lot of what you thought was ain't. What you thought was strong is not. How can I make it stronger? What I thought I was about to be merged with, what I thought I was about to really pour all my energy into, the wisdom that, I was banking on, the root of it was not coming from a hold, healed perspective. I must make sure that what I believe to be true about myself, the energy in which I navigate in, the strength that I am pulling from is not coming from a place of lack. It's not coming from a place of faultiness. It's not coming from a place of ego. It's coming from a place of power. Where does Power by Beyonce is playing in my head? This is going to be a bomb-ass playlist, might I add. Where is it coming from? I'm sovereign. I am my own authority. I'm here to clarify this. This is just going to clarify the connection between the 4 of Wands and the Strength card. What do we need to be paying attention to in our chart? It's a big foundation energy. It's like the inner being, the power of authority of our soul. Like, it's being clarified. So clarify this connection between the 4 of Wands reverse and the Strength card reverse. How can we really get down to the nitty-gritty of it if we allow ourselves to align with it in our charts? Clarify the Strength card and the 4 of Wands reverse. I won't care to clarify the 4 of Wands and the Strength card. I can't make it up. Where's Aquarius in your chart? The innovator. That's what's happening. Oh. Unique, liberal, electric, eccentric, diverse, disruptive, experimental. This is giving me a lot of alien energy too. You might discover where you might really be discovering at this time. It's coming through. You're gonna it's like starseed energy. You're gonna be connecting with, it's gonna be a lot of intergalactic motherfucking communication. You're gonna be, your dreams, your who you thought you was is not who you are. You're gonna be listen, This is about to be some hot shit. You see this card? I don't know. It says pow. It says pow on that motherfucker. Boom, pow. Is that Amber Rose? It looked like it. You might end up shaving your fucking head. You might. You know what I'm hearing? Deep Inside by Mary J. Blige. Deep Inside by Mary J. Blige. And for this, you finna pop out. You ain't even know you was a alien from the so and so federation of. You about to discover yourself, and you about to create from a brilliant space with everything you need. You got listen. This is otherworldly, and I'm not surprised because this is Mercury Retrograde in Aquarius. You about to be even more otherworldly. I'm not from here. Let's go ahead and make that clear. I'm not. Okay. I'm a cute alien. Alien means I'm foreign to this planet. I'm not from this planet. A lot of us are not. A lot of us Wayshoers are not. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm not from here. I feel like some new mantras are gonna be created that further allow you to just speak and shout that from the rooftops. But knowing that you're here to connect and communicate and build and grow this new earth with everyone else is beautiful, because the minute you align yourself on your path and you live in that purpose, you allow your soul to soar and your mind to be in your soul and your intuition being the leading force. That sixth sense is babe, I can't catch my breath. I'm burping. I'm releasing so many toxins right now. Pow. It ain't fun when the deer got the gun. Oh, it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. Listen. Rabbits are experimental. I don't know. I had a dream about cloning last night too. So a lot of think is gonna. I think just general the energy around this season, like, it's just the 4th. It's finna be a lot of. You finna be beamed up, Scotty, talking to or influenced by extraterrestrial energies that you're home to. Go through the dark night of the soul, pop out, evolve, awaken, beam up some more. Let's go! Let's get it. Good plan. That's what I'm talking about. Woo. I love it. Okay. All right. Missing the hopes and fears. Oh. Missing the hopes. Missing the hopes. And I'm not going to clarify fear. What's in the hopes? You got the 5 of Swords reversed. The fear, I'm gonna, oh, okay, never mind. It's 2. Dang, 2 5s. That's that, a major, like, it's a pivotal moment. The hopes and the fears, we have the 5 of Swords come out in reverse and the 5 of Cups. Your perception, your feeling tone, your vibe. This is giving me a lot of this. I feel like you hope to come out of this with the ability to vibrate above the psychological opposition, the psychic attacks, the spiritual warfare. You hope that. You hope the defensiveness, the struggle is over. You having to defend who you are. Or I really think it's a sharp tongue and impenetrable defensive stance may be alienating you from people you care about. Paranoia, isolation, bursts of anger, and the need to be right at any cost carry low vibe energy. Examine negative thought patterns and reactive behavior and keep your ego in check. If you're always in the center of conflict and chaos, examine your part in those dynamics. You hope to transmute these dynamics to no longer, and I feel like this goes even further. Like, I feel like you really hope to actually be seen in the truth of who you are. And I feel like there's no reason for you to hope that. It's the ability to make sure you create environment and that you have a true connection and relationship with yourself. So no matter what, you stand firm and you stand tall in who you are. And when these dynamics arise, you know the role you played in it or did not play in it. Like, again, and I feel like this is you really hope to step out of this phase of just allowing others to manipulate your energy, or to, when you step in environments that dang, it just flew away. I feel like this is what happens when you surround yourself with a lot of people, when you have been in that energy of trying to prove people right, or you know what I mean, like forcefully hoping people see your way and perspective, and now aligning yourself with people that don't have you be in this defensive energy. It also connects more deeply to like soul family. Like, you hope that, like I said, your inner world produces, your inner relationship with yourself begins to produce and reflect the true essence of who you are. So you're no longer having to defend yourself against people that are already committed to proving you wrong, that are already committed to not believing nothing you got to say. Yup. You have the Five of Cups here present. And this is a sign of release, a sign of closure. I don't know. I'm not even going to take this card because it didn't really feel like I should. It felt like it just wasn't feeling right for me. So, yeah, like I said, that's your hopes. So, we're going to clarify your fear with some magic, okay? Because whatever you're fearing is an illusion, is not real. But what's real is the magic that exists within you. What's real is the truth of your ability to be and stand in that. Listen. Fear nothing or no one that attacks your crown, that attacks your all-knowingness. You don't have to believe everything you think, okay? And that's clarified by weaving together the crown you deserve. Whenever you feel yourself attached to something that is not real, an illusion that is not real, when you're going through this process of rebirth and connection and aligning with the true essence of who you are, I'm gonna need for you to envision, and maybe you need to truly go out and create your crown. Weave together the crown you deserve. Allow the thorns, those things, the lessons, the wisdom to be what surrounds your crown, your all-knowingness. I'm talking esoteric wisdom. I'm talking intuition. I'm talking about claircognizance out that wazoo right now. Don't be shaken. Don't be waved. Don't be... Stand firm in it. Adjust your crown. Keep your head held high. Come out of this awakened even more. Like, beam up some more. Like, beam up some more. You got this. What's the outcome? What's the outcome? What's the outcome for us coming out of this Mercury Retrograde and Aquarius season transit? Let me read it before I give a look, because everything keep coming out reverse, and I just need to understand. Because I'm hyped, but I don't like seeing reverse, because it just sometimes it's just kind of throw throws me off a little bit. And this, I feel like it's an honest reflection because I feel like my energy was scattered. But we can clarify, we can get clear on how we can make sure that this isn't the end all be all. So the outcome, we have the Ten of Wands reverse, okay? And this speaks of when the energy is scattered, it's difficult to focus and almost impossible to manifest. I feel like the shadow phase won't be really clear until March. This ends on the 20th, and then it's usually a week after that we're out of shadow. We only got 8 days, 28 days in February. It's the shortest month. So I feel like coming out of the shadow energy a little scattered is actually an honest reflection. Okay? I really do. Struggling through a dark night of the soul and loss of faith can ultimately lead us to spiritual enlightenment. Let's go. This is an opportunity to course correct and attain what you desire. Let's get it. And I just said I feel like the energy is not going to temper itself until March. So this is a good, honest reflection. We are literally experiencing the dark night of the soul. The degree to which you are experiencing it is definitely depending on the work that you have put in before now. A lot of us are like integrating in the dark night of the soul. Is, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I was still attached to this. I done leveled up some more. And others, you about to experience a level up that you ain't never experienced before in your life, because this might be your first or maybe just your second rodeo with the dark night of the soul. It just depends, but yeah. Struggling through a dark night of the soul and loss of faith can ultimately lead us to spiritual enlightenment. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Happy Mercury Retrograde in Aquarius. Happy Aquarius season. Aquarius, you will be the first to get your reading done over on my YouTube channel. So go and make sure you check out your general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I feel like this energy transmission has been lit AF. Continue on with the rest of this Energy Soul package with the journal prompts. Enjoy the playlist and the yoga session that is followed up. And I thank you so much for supporting me, for supporting yourself, and for being part of the Zane gang, because we up in here. And yeah, shouts out to you. I can't wait to connect deeper and further. And happy Aquarius season, my friend. Beam up. It's lit.